Every time Canon announces a new camera, the same thing happens. They make the announcement, everyone is completely stoked about such a miracle of a camera that offers such incredible specs at such a reasonable price. And then the Facebook group filmmakers get to talking and decide that Canon hates their customers because they won't give them the perfect camera because they found the one thing that makes this particular camera just completely unusable. In the R5, it was the overheating. In the 1DX Mark III, it was the lack of autofocus in certain video modes, crop factors on the 1DX Mark II, and so on and so on. And then the camera actually comes out, and the people who purchase it use it as a tool for their business to make them money, and they work around whatever small issue it is by using it the way that they're planning on using it for their business. So what's the issue with the newly announced Canon R5C? Because obviously there's got to be one, right? Well, after doing a little bit of research last night, I think I may have found it. On this screenshot directly from Canon's website, you can see that the R5 uses dual pixel autofocus 2, while the R5C and the C70 use dual pixel autofocus 1. Now, it's no secret that the autofocus on the C70 is just not up to par with that of the R5, so naturally this would tell us that the R5C's autofocus will just not be as fast as the original R5. From what I've read, it will not be using the entire sensor for it. Whether or not that's actually the case remains to be seen. It could be just that it's on certain EF lenses, like some of the cameras in the past that use the RF system. Gordon Lang, who's had the camera hands-on for some time, had this comment exchange on his review video of the 5C. Can you tell us if the AF is akin to the C70 in video mode or more like the R5? The C70 in my experience has extremely subpar autofocus performance compared to the R5. Since Canon is essentially running two separate OSs, my concern is that the R5C has C70 level autofocus performance in video mode, which would be a non-starter for me. Can you tell us if that's the case? I watched your entire video, but perhaps I missed your comment on it. Thank you for your hard work on the review. Gordon responded with, I should have done some autofocus tests, but ran out of time. Anecdotally, I found that the autofocus was noticeably slower in movie mode than in photo mode, and slower than the R5 when that camera is filming video. I can improve it by boosting the response and speed menus, but have a feeling it is slower overall. I'll try and follow up with a final sample. So it appears we may have found the quote-unquote Canon cripple hammer on this camera just a few hours after it was announced. So is this nothing? I wouldn't say that it's nothing, but it'll most likely not be as big of a deal you think it would be once it comes down to real world usage. Will there be a difference in certain situations? Sure, there probably will be. Does it completely change everything when it comes to this camera? In my opinion, no. You just need to decide if that small change in the autofocus outweighs all the other pros of this. And remember, the photo side, as far as we know, is still the exact same. So make the decision. Are you willing to sacrifice a small change in the autofocus for upgrades in essentially every other area? And again, back to this not being the quote-unquote perfect camera. There's never gonna be a perfect camera. There's always gonna be some people that feel let down by some aspect of any camera that comes out, and then there's gonna be the people that see it for what it is. It's just another tool to add to your toolbox to make your job and life easier, really. And in this case, you're getting 8K, 60 frames per second, and on and on and on in a small little package under $4,500. What other camera on the planet gives you this? None. Even for 4 times the price, there's nothing. And for Canon, from a business side of things, they can't create that perfect camera for $4,500 that cannibalizes their entire cinema line and basically gives the entire world no reason to purchase any other camera from them at such a low price point. And yes, this is still an extremely low price point given the prices of other cameras out there, because this is still on the prosumer side where, yeah, professionals will use it, but there's also a lot of consumers that are just hobbyists and people that just make videos for fun that will also purchase and use it. there just has to be a trade-off for them from a business side, or else it really just wouldn't make sense. So what are your thoughts? Did Canon already cripple this camera, as some are saying, or is this not as big of a deal to you? I'll leave some pros and cons up on the screen so you can make the decision for yourself which one you think is best for you. Let me know down in the comments what you're thinking of doing. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe for more videos just like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.